welcome back inside the Gentry Center. Tennessee State welcoming in Morehead State. The band is a-rockin', and that means there's a big college basketball game here in Nashville. Blake Fulton alongside the coach, Cliff Ellis. And, Coach, nights like this at home are so important, but it's what Tennessee State was able to do on the road in the early part of this season that may set the tone from here on out.
Well, 6 of their first 8 conference games have been on the road. They're back home. They need to make something happen. They played a tough non-conference schedule on the road, but they're back tonight wanting to make something happen.
At Vanderbilt, at Alabama, at Arkansas, and against Rick Pitino and Louisville as well. A tough non-conference schedule prepares him for matchups like tonight. Cy Alexander counts on one of his big men so very much. His name, Rod Flowers.
Well, here's a transfer from the University of Cincinnati that can do it all. He's a strong rebounder. He can score down low. He makes things happen. He blocks shots. He has a high field goal percentage. A fantastic player.
Rod Flowers will have his hands full tonight, and he faces off with Chad McKnight, the go-to guy for Kyle Macy.
In the top 10 in so many categories in the OVC, scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage, free throw percentage. He does it all. He does it all for Morehead State.
Tennessee State looking to position themselves for a home playoff game in the OVC tournament. Morehead trying to get a victory on the road. It's OVC Hoops on FSN now.
We hope no one in your family will ever need stitches, or ever break a bone, or ever get sick in the middle of the night. But if they do, isn't it nice to know that you're never that far from family? A message from the TriStar Emergency Network, located in hospitals near where you live and work. Just in case. TriStar, a family of...
Dogs don't understand time management, but my TV does.
I'm going to be stuck here all day, but I won't miss my favorite show.
Now TV is on your terms with DVR from Comcast Digital Cable. Record any TV show.
With no tapes, no timers, no hassles.
Even pause and rewind live TV.
I just called my own timeout to make a little lunch.
And unlike satellite, there's no equipment to buy or long-term contracts to sign. Comcast Digital Cable. TV is now on your terms.
This year, make a commitment to success. Whether you're looking for a great way to get in shape or a way to protect yourself and your loved ones, or even if you want to become a master of your life and the martial arts, call Alexander's Martial Arts to make this year's resolution a success.
On FSN. You're watching FSN.
Ohio Valley Conference basketball on FSN South is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts at better prices every day. By Sirius Satellite Radio. Over 120 channels of commercial-free music, news, talk, and sports. For the car, home, or anywhere you go, ride with the big dog. And by HCA, TriStar Family of Hospitals, the official healthcare provider of the Ohio Valley Conference. And welcome back inside the Gentry Center. There you see the Big Blue Tiger. It is a great atmosphere, and Coach, I know as you walked in here and heard that band, you got excited.
Well, it was rock and roll time here, and the band is one of the best I've ever heard. They're in the baseline area, and they're going to make a lot of noise happen, and they're going to have this crowd into this basketball game.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Sirius Satellite Radio. Kelly, Burns, McKnight, Reed, and Smith for Morehead. King, Bowens, Flowers, Price, and keep your eye on number 34, Wayne Arnold. He is the real deal and likes to shoot it, likes to get up and down the floor. Morehead State is led by the former University of Kentucky great Kyle Macy, the 1980 graduate, played on the 1978 National Championship team for Kentucky, who, oh, by the way, played this afternoon about 6 minutes away from here at the Gentry Center and got their win over Vanderbilt. Tennessee State is led by Cy Alexander in his second year at the helm of the Big Blue Tigers. Fun guy to be around, spent many a year at South Carolina State as a head coach, and I know, Coach, you coached against Cy Alexander when in your earlier days.
Well, he's going to try to go for a knockout punch. Look for Cy to get his team doing a lot of trapping, a lot of pressure on the defensive end. They want a knockout punch early. I think Coach Macy's going to want this game in the 60s. That'll be a hard thing to do here in Nashville.
Bruce Price will run the show for TSU against a 2-3 zone for Morehead. They like to change the defenses up. Not a lot of depth for the Eagles.
Well, they love the 2-3 zone. They match it up. And you want to get the ball into the middle or either dribble, penetrate, and look for the openings from that.
Price with a pump fake. Bowens now to the rack, and Bowens, a Nashville native, misses the first shot. Follow is no good. Tennessee State will control. Coach, Tennessee State likes to run a lot of picks up on the top and try and get Arnold and Price threes, but you're right, that high post area is where you have to attack.
And off of penetration. And Tennessee State does a fine job of going to the offensive boards, and limiting them to one shot is going to be important for Morehead State. That time Tennessee State kept it alive on the offensive glass.
Tennessee State leads the Ohio Valley Conference in offensive rebounding, and Kyle Macy talked earlier today with us about how his team has given up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Well, box out is going to be important. But
Arnold's first look at a three is no good. King with the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball, and that'll go to Morehead State. But a minute and 10 seconds in, 2 offensive rebounds for Tennessee State, but no points. Now you'll see the full court press from Tennessee State. They call it 55, and you'll see them press all night long. We'll talk more about where that press came from in just a little bit. Man-to-man defense, and they go right into McKnight. He gets it where he wants it and scores the first bucket of the basketball game. Chad McKnight from Lancaster, Ohio, has Morehead ahead by a bucket.
Well, Morehead State is going to go to him every single time down low. Now you're seeing some token pressure by Morehead State, a 2-2-1 press, backing up into the zone, using this basically to slow this Tennessee State team down.
Tennessee State, the leading offense in the Ohio Valley Conference, so they struggled a couple of times last week. Got it going against Eastern Kentucky on Thursday. Price with a deep three-point shot, and he is on the board. Bruce Price, the sophomore from Minneapolis, gives TSU a 1-point lead.
Well, he can do it all, and he's a guy that makes plays. Gets to the line a lot, will shoot a three a lot.
Of our first foul of the basketball game, as Price came in averaging 14 points, and Flowers picks up his first foul, and they cannot afford to get Flowers at 6'9", 240 pounds in foul trouble. Three-point shot off the inbounds play is no good, and there's Flowers to clear. Tennessee State will push and push and push all night long, Coach.
And against the zone, if they don't have a shot, taking it right to the heart of the lane is what you want to do against the zone.
A lot of missed shots here early, but Tennessee State is getting the offensive rebounds as Kyle Macy. Turnovers and offensive rebounds give the other team extra possession, and that's something he has preached to his team all season long.
Staying with the 2-3 zone, out of bounds under is Morehead.
Price with another three-point shot. This one is no good. Flowers with a tip. Loose ball, and Bowens will come up with it.
Well, the one thing in the zone has trouble with a lot of times is boxing out. As we've seen, Tennessee State has gotten an offensive touch off the rebound every possession thus far.
They double team Flowers down low, and Arnold with his second three-point shot of the game is good. Wayne Arnold, who injured a stomach muscle, Coach, a couple of weeks ago, just now getting back in the rhythm as he put up 22 on Thursday night against Eastern Kentucky.
Well, the transfer from the University of Georgia, 35% three-point shooter.
And they're going to get McKnight with an offensive foul. That is his first team foul, but he was battling down low on the block. He picks up his first, and the first on Morehead.
Now we're seeing Morehead State. You'll see a 2-2-1 three-quarter court press. This is what I call token pressure. If they can get a turnover, a deflection, good, but they want to slow this Tennessee State down. As you can see, Tennessee State walking the ball up the court, not their style of play. There's the high post feed, and that's perfect execution against the 2-3 zone.
8 straight for the Tigers, and a timeout for Kyle Macy. He'll take a 30-second timeout here, Coach. 2 threes, hit King at the top of the key. He knocks down the jumper, and just what Tennessee State wanted to get. For the latest news and information about the Ohio Valley Conference, visit ovcsports.com, a website with all the information about all the member institutions, and you can find out more about the upcoming O'Reilly Auto Parts Ohio Valley Conference basketball tournament. That's ovcsports.com.
Well, we talked about from the outset that Cy Alexander was going to go for the knockout punch early if he could. Well, in 3.5 minutes, he's gotten off to a good start. Coach Macy, on the other hand, calling that timeout to make sure this game doesn't get away in a hurry.
Cy Alexander. Coach, did you ever get extra dressed up for TV games? Because I think Cy pulled out the good stuff tonight.
Well, he's always a top-notch dresser. We want to get a look at the sneakers because this is a special day in college basketball, and we'll talk about it. Both coaches wearing sneakers. We want to get a shot of that and tell you why later on.
8-2 here in the early going at the Gentry Center in Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, that's
a 2-point bucket there, Coach, for Burns.
This happened because of the high post screen that McKnight set with the ball reversal. And here's the 2-2-1 token pressure. Nice strategy by Coach Macy.
And, Coach, you're right. It's there at the top of the key, and there's already 10 or 12 seconds off of the shot clock before they even get in their offensive set. They're going to get King with an offensive foul here. That's his first, the team's second. 8-4, 15:52 to play in Nashville in the first half. You're watching OVC Hoops on FSN.
Have ingrown toenails.
Constipation. Hemorrhoids. Diarrhea. Could be.
That little itch might be tough.
Remove back hair. Say no to BO.
Commercials. That's why we keep our heads out the window. Buddy, it's time to get serious.
Sirius Satellite Radio. Over 120 channels, including commercial-free music, plus news, talk, and sports. Want radio your way? Ride with the big dog. Sirius Satellite Radio.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna need a minivan.
Do they get good mileage?
The Chrysler gets 24 highway.
Does it come with a CD player?
Yes, but so do the Ford and Chevy.
How about horsepower?
The Ford has over 200.
Front-wheel drive?
The Chevy has all-wheel drive.
Huh.
Got questions about cars? VHIX.com has the answers.
One of these little guys yours?
That one.
Hi. My car's parked outside.
High volume lamp up.
Really?
Really?
My motorhome is...
Brake pads? What are semi-metallic heavy-duty brake pads?
Semi-metallic heavy-duty brake pads.
How you doing? I'm looking for an intake manifold for a Chevy 350.
My.
With the best people in the business and more than 100,000 parts, we know what you need. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
I've got this problem.
The Tigers lead the Eagles 8-4, and Coach Ellis, you love great penetration and great ball movement.
Well, you see a high ball screen up top set by McKnight. Now you're going to see ball reversal after the screen. There was a hedge, ball movement to the high post, move the ball around, and ball reversal gets you a good look.
Corey Burns with the bucket there to make it an 8-4 game. That stopped an 8-0 run. There you see Kyle Macy, one of the great free throw shooters of all time in his 8th year at Morehead State. His team has been decimated by injuries and also lost one of the best in the OVC over the last decade, probably, in Ricky Menard, who was drafted by the Sacramento Kings in last year's draft. Set play out of the break against the man-to-man from Tennessee State.
Morehead State's keeping their patience.
Deep three is good. And Quentin Smith makes it an 8-7 game. And again, the token pressure, Coach. Is a key here just to be patient for Tennessee State?
I like the look. Now, when they get into the zone, the one thing that's hurt them is the rebounding, and they've got to take away the high post feed because that's going to give opportunities.
They're going to get King with his second foul, and Coach, he's going to have to take a seat next to Cy Alexander. Both fouls on the offensive end for Eric King, 6'7", 230-pound junior from Brooklyn, New York.
The three-quarter court press has slowed this Tennessee State team down. Now, Tennessee State is coming back with pressure of their own, and they'll show different looks. Now you're seeing a man-to-man press on the ball.
Kareem Grant in the game.
Right off of it.
They'll go to the trap here.
Hey, you want to attack. Don't get conservative.
Hankins, they'll count the bucket. Went in, it would have been goaltending either way, but Hankins, as you see the knee brace for Hankins on his right knee, number 4 for Morehead, he couldn't get down the floor very quickly.
Well, it was good ball movement by this Morehead team against pressure.
Morehead has now answered with a 7-0 run of their own to get the lead back here at the Gentry Center, and it is awfully quiet here in Nashville. There you see Kareem Grant, another transfer from Los Angeles Community College. Coach's zone appears to be giving some problems to the set offense for Tennessee State.
Except for the box out.
This will go to Morehead, and Kyle Macy clapping on his sideline. He is excited about the last couple of minutes in this one, Coach. It was 8-2, and now a 7-0 run for Morehead, and they've got the basketball against this press. Steal for Bowens, and it's a dunk for the senior from McGavock High School here in Nashville, Tennessee.
This is what Tennessee State thrives on, is pressure. If you're Morehead State, you want to come and attack, and if the numbers are there, take it just like that.
And there is the bucket for Ramon Kelly. He's kind of getting back into that pace that Cy Alexander wanted, though. Steals, traps, throw it up, dunks, and threes. They'll set up against a 2-3. Morehead will look to make some substitutions at the next dead ball. Flowers with a great look inside to Bowens, but he cannot convert. He gets the steal. Kareem Grant for 3. 6'6", 190-pound junior, very athletic. Looks like Stacey Augman running down the middle of the floor out there. Knocks down the 3. Back comes Morehead, and a big block for Rod Flowers. Smith no good. Follows his shot, gets it back. Now a jump shot from the free throw line, and Burns with 4. Offensive boards are aplenty here at the Gentry Center. We're tied at 13 with 13 minutes to play in the opening half.
Morehead State with their own version of offensive rebounding. If you're Tennessee State, you want to get the ball into the middle of that press and try to make the attack.
4 new players to come in at the next dead ball now. Getting crowded at the scorers table. Arnold stops and pops. He's got 5, and Wayne Arnold leads all scorers here in the early going. Loose ball on the floor. We're going to have another jump ball. This will go to Tennessee State.
For both teams with a lot of hustle, when you see them diving after that ball on the floor, that tells you a lot about the heart and the hustle of both teams.
Reed, True, McKnight come into the game for Morehead State. We'll see Riley Irvin, the freshman from Memphis for Tennessee State, played at White Station, won 3 straight state championships. Riley Irvin got his first start Thursday night against Eastern Kentucky. Good-looking left-handed point guard. He comes in for Bruce Price. Also, Jeremy Jackson in the game for TSU. Flowers with a great up fake and left hand.
Now there's the importance of getting the ball into the high post. This happened because the ball got to the high post, and when they can score, they can get in this press. As you can see, they're trying to create havoc against this Morehead offensive team.
They go from the full court trapping press to straight man-to-man pressure. Very long and athletic. They're going to get a foul away from the ball on Morehead. They'll get number 21, Josh Reed, his first, the team's second. A steal and a dunk for Bowens and TSU on FSN.
Always bring your hunger to the house. Huddle House. For breakfast, we're cooking with big house breakfast platters, country ham, and big fluffy omelets. For lunch, enjoy one of our famous big house sandwich platters, chicken tenders, or one of our new salad sensations. And for dinner, bring your family to our house for a delicious butterfly shrimp dinner, country fried steak, or a grilled chicken platter. It's all cooked to order 24 hours a day at Huddle House. It's like coming home.
We hope no one in your family will ever need stitches, or ever break a bone, or ever get sick in the middle of the night. But if they do, isn't it nice to know that you're never that far from family? A message from the TriStar Emergency Network, located in hospitals near where you live and work. Just in case. TriStar, a family of hospitals for your family.
At Eastern Illinois University, students enjoy a century-old tradition of academic excellence. Eastern is recognized among the top universities in the country for its quality undergraduate and graduate degree programs in the liberal arts and professional studies. The school of choice for more than 10,000 students annually, Eastern is known for its distinguished teaching and an academic presence marked by a spirit of caring. Eastern Illinois University, big enough to matter, small enough to care.
The Atlanta Hawks, all season long on FSN South.
11:44 to play in the opening half. 17-13, Tennessee State leads Morehead. Coach Morehead's gotten a couple of buckets just by staying around the basketball.
Very patient, going inside. Here you see a shot rejected, but the patience of Morehead State continues. They get a second shot, their own version of an offensive rebound. Followed up, make a pass. Nice look at the high post.
Burns knocked down his second jumper. He's already over his average, the junior from Peru, Indiana.
Well, this time Morehead State opts not to press, staying with the 2-3 zone. Trying to match out of it.
Dream Grant with a three-point shot is good. He's knocked down both of his three-point attempts, and Tennessee State is 4 for 7 from three-point land in the early going.
If you make that bucket, it allows you to get into your press and create pressure. Morehead at this point not affected by the pressure of Tennessee State.
McKnight has not gotten into the action much, only a bucket. He came in averaging over 16 a game. They get Riley Irvin, the freshman, his first, the team's fourth, and Bruce Price will come in and give Wayne Arnold a break.
Morehead State has a lot of sets. They're trying to screen this Tennessee State team. If you'll notice, as you look at the game, watch the screens that are set by the team in blue, Morehead State.
And Coach, you look at this. Morehead is down 7, 13 points, but they're 6 of 9 from the floor. Problem is they have 6 turnovers in the first 9 minutes of this basketball game.
And they are coming in the half-court game, not against the traps of Tennessee State.
They remain in the 2-3. Price, Irvin, Grant, they'll all shoot it from way downtown. This time Riley Irvin lets it fly. No good, but there is Rod Flowers in the 5th offensive rebound of the basketball game for Tennessee State. Grant, no good as he misses his first three-point attempt, or his third three-point attempt, I should say.
Well, there's the quickness of Tennessee State.
Flowers now has 4. Riley Irvin created that one with quick hands, Coach.
Well, he changes the dynamics of the game when he comes in because he's small and quick and exerts that pressure.
Lay-in is no good, and here comes Tennessee State. Kareem Grant's calling for the alley-oop, but he won't get it, as Tennessee State will take a three-point shot. No good, and Flowers goes down underneath the basket, as that was Jackson who missed the three-point shot. Kyle Macy cannot be happy with this style as Flowers now has 6, and the lead is 11. The Tennessee State bench is standing up, trying to get the crowd into it here. This coach 8 turnovers now for Morehead, and the system of Tennessee State has taken over in this basketball game.
Well, what happens on a turnover like that? It's an unforced turnover. It's a 4-point play. Not only is the steal on defense there, but they score on the other end.
Three-point shot for Reed is good from the corner. He is now on the score sheet, and they stop the bleeding and cut it back to an 8-point lead.
Well, he's a 37% three-point shooter, and if he's got an opening, he's going to take it.
We mentioned Morehead. At times, Kyle Macy has said this year they play great basketball, and at times they've really struggled, win 8 and 9 minutes without scoring a field goal at times this year. Jackson flashes to the middle, hits Bowens on the baseline. Got a foul underneath. This will go against Reed. That'll be his second. That's the team's third as he was trying to block out the athletic Grant.
Well, if you're a coach, you don't mind. You don't want to see any type foul, but if you're going to get one trying to draw a charge or get one boxing out. Those are hustle fouls.
Coach, they've worked on this inbounds plays a lot. They like to score off the inbounds plays, not just to set up the offense.
But here it comes. If you get a ball reversible, try to get that ball into the high post. Look along the middle area. Something good can happen. Penetration or feed to the high post area.
Bruce Price, no good. There's Jackson on the offensive rebound. No good again. Tipped up, and Morehead will control. Trapped in the corner by 3 Tigers, and they're going to get a travel.
Well, that pressure gets the fans into this basketball game. You're seeing what Tennessee State wants to do. Constant pressure defensively.
Andre Belton, a freshman from Columbia, South Carolina, inbounds the basketball for Cy Alexander's Tigers. Morehead remains in the 2-3 with Smith and Hankins up top. No Flowers and no King. Both of the starting posts out for Tennessee State. Owens flash to the middle, and he's got another bucket. A dunk and a jump shot.
Well, there's your high post feed. That dribble penetration gets things against the zone. Morehead coming against the pressure of Tennessee State. And they're going to set it up, set some screens, try to take that basketball inside or try to free up a three-point shot.
8 minutes to play in the opening half here at the Gentry Center in Nashville. 26-16. Tennessee State leads Morehead State. Bruce Price matching up with Quentin Smith. Ramon Kelly with an offensive foul. Ramon Kelly picks up his first. That's the team's fourth. And Belton picks up the charge. 7:48 to play in the opening half. TSU by 10, and Flowers with an exclamation point on FSN.
Wow, this place is really nice.
Well, I wanted to make tonight special. That's why I got you this.
Honey, you didn't have to get me anything.
Go ahead, open it.
The best part of mine. Are these
Platinum? Yes. Yes, they are.
Looking for that special part? We've got more than 100,000 of them. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
Oh, honey, they're perfect. What's going on in this city? What's not going on?
Hi, this is Marty Stewart. No matter how exciting Nashville might seem, there's much more here than you think. Rip-roaring sports action, timeless art, family fun, colorful history, one-of-a-kind nightlife, with every kind of music, from the legends to the honky-tonks to the big stars. Call today for your free vacation guide. Music City, everything you expect. Wait, more than you expect.
Too much stuff, too little time. You're going to need a longer vacation.
The lead is 10 for Tennessee State, 26-16 over Morehead State, 7:48 to play in the opening half. Both these teams trying to position themselves for the 2005 O'Reilly Auto Parts OVC men's and women's basketball tournament, which will be held Friday, March the 4th and Saturday, March the 5th at the Gaylord Entertainment Center right here in Music City, USA. 8 teams total, 4 men's, 4 women's semifinalists will compete in Friday's games, with winners advancing to Saturday and the winners going to the big dance. Call 615-2 255-9600 or visit ovcsports.com for your ticket information.
I like this change by Kyle Macy. He's gone man-to-man, and it's going to help him boxing out. That time Tennessee State hits a shot with a hand in the face.
Wayne Arnold with the jump shot. He's got 7 to lead all scores. The lead is 12. The largest lead of the basketball game for Tennessee State. Again, man-to-man pressure here.
They're wanting the ball to McKnight, but Tennessee State is aware of him everywhere he goes. This is going to open up something on the outside if they can't get the ball to him.
Shot clock to 4. Smith lets it fly. This will go out of bounds to Tennessee State. Coach, you mentioned they're aware of McKnight all morning in the shoot-around. That's all Cyril Alexander preached to his team. I don't care where he goes. If he goes to the bench, all 5 of you better know that's where he is.
That means somebody else is open, and that's going to open up the perimeter, and you take what the defense gives you.
10 turnovers for Morehead, only 1 for Tennessee State here in the first half. Arnold again, this time no good, and Quentin Smith will clear.
And there the man-to-man defense limits them to 1 shot. Easier to box out of man-to-man, and there's where they want to take it. And look at that head fake by Chad McKnight.
Great entry pass from the junior from Radcliffe, Kentucky, Quentin Smith. McKnight now has 4. And Cy Alexander about jumped over the bench when he saw one-on-one for McKnight. I haven't seen anybody in this league who can stop him one-on-one. Bowens with a left hand. Nice move.
What an up and under move.
He's got 6.
That's a nice move. Nice move. Showed the ball and right back right back to the Hawson side.
McKnight with 4 straight for the Eagles, and Kyle Macy trying to get some defense here. They're going to change their defense as they'll go back to the zone. King set to check back in for the Tigers at the next dead ball. 5:35 to play in the opening half. Bruce Price takes baseline, and he will turn it over. The second turnover of the game for Price and Tennessee State.
Well, let's watch Chad McKnight work. There you see a nice post up, and there you use the ball fake to get the defender flying by him. Again, he posts up. This time, no defender there. Slam dunk, take it home.
Some pushing and shoving after that dunk, and now a 10-point game. Morehead will look to get it down to single digits for the first time in about 4.5 minutes.
Here's a shuffle cut off the high post, probably going to try to duck McKnight in and see if they can seal him after someone comes off of the screen. There it is.
McKnight, offensive foul. Flowers took the charge. That's foul number 2 for McKnight, the team's 5th.
Well, I look at Flowers here. He kept McKnight between he and the basket. He stayed down. McKnight lowered his shoulder. Excellent call.
And that's why Kyle Macy stayed very calm over on the side. When you knock over Rod Flowers at 6'9", 240, you had to be moving pretty good or be very, very strong. Back to the 2-3 for Morehead. Wayne Arnold holds the ball. Now he finds his former teammate Grant down on the baseline. Grant has 8, came in averaging 9, and really wasn't a go-to guy offensively, but he's knocked down 2 threes and now a layup.
There's a high ball screen and a trap off of it. Now if you make an extra pass, but it's too late.
They're going to get an offensive foul. Corey Burns frustrated. And now they're going to get a technical foul.
Well, the officials are on top of this, and this is rightfully so. And you've got Jimmy Earl, who's looking at this basketball game, the legendary coach from Middle Tennessee State University, John Guthrie, who's a supervisor of officials. These guys are here, and these officials are right on top of this game.
Tony Turner, Eric Dalen, and Stephen Devine are officials. They got the personal on Burns as he pushed off. He had the basketball.
Here you're going to see it. Now, I'm going to say that it's pretty good acting job there.
If you want acting, you know, this is basketball, Coach.
Well, Bruce Price is an actor.
He gets 7 team fouls now. Bowens with the rebound, and they're going to get him with an offensive foul. A little acting back on the other side. That's his first, the team's 5th.
Well, it's important now for Morehead State to come down and get a good possession. Now, McKnight is not in the game. You're probably going to see. And this, yep.
And now he's been thrown out. It may have been an act, but Corey Burns ran by Bruce Price. And Price went to the ground. They have thrown Corey Burns out of the basketball game. Bruce Price has got a reputation of using his body, flying around to the floor. I was here Thursday night against Eastern Kentucky, and Travis Ford was not happy at all. Bruce Price is a very, very good basketball player, but you know, when he goes through picks, there is some acting and has drawn some fouls. And coach, part of the game, but right here, I think he really got hit. He's holding his shoulder.
Well, as I mentioned, and we'll see perhaps a playback on it at some point in time because it's an important part of the game. Bruce Price has been known to be an actor, but it looked like there was some contact on that end.
Price knocks down the first free throw. Now a 13-point game.
But I like the fact that the officials are on top of this game and not letting it get out of hand. Let's just watch right here.
There was a shove.
That's blatant.
And,
there's no acting there. That's blatant.
Corey Burns, the junior from Peru, Indiana, who had knocked down a couple of jump shots in the early going, has been ejected at 4:09 of the first half. And now it's a 14-point basketball game. And now you have to think the officials are going to start calling this one very tight. They can't afford to have something get out of control as Quentin Smith picks up the foul. That's the team's 9th. And it's a 14-point game, Coach. This is a very important 4 minutes for Kyle Macy's basketball team.
Well, when a player's been ejected, a lot of times your team loses sight of the game, and you can't let these next 3 or 4 minutes take you out of this basketball game.
Price to the line, knocks down the free throw, 3 in a row for Bruce Price. And Coach, Morehead State does not have a lot of depth. And as you look at it now, you see Tremaine Stevens, who did not play in their last basketball game, having to get minutes in the first half. He comes in for Smith. Stevens, 6'3", 180-pound freshman out of Miami. Averaged 17 plus as a senior in high school, but this is a different level.
And he'll get baptized.
Free throw is good for Price. He now has 7. It's a 16-point basketball game here at the Gentry Center.
Well, Coach Alexander's, he's going for the juggler. He wants that pressure. He's got McKnight is back in the game. They're looking to go opposite. And the officials are right on top of this. And as you mentioned, Blake, this game is going to be tightly called, rightly so.
16-point basketball game. Morehead has an important 3.5 minutes on FSN.
It's a long, long way to the top of the world, but it's only a short fall back down. But it's only a short fall back down.
At Comcast, new opportunities are being created every day to push technology further, to inspire new ways of thinking, to connect every person with the rest of the world. That's why we need people who are willing to challenge themselves, people who see the world the way it is and the way it could be, those with determination, commitment, and vision, because together we will shape the future. To learn more about career opportunities, visit Comcast.com.
Pride Home Entertainment is closing our store in Decatur forever, and everything must go. Pride must sell this inventory, so our discount center prices are even lower. Right now, prices all over the store are marked at least 40% off. You'll save 40% off air hockey, foosball, games, bars and bar stools, wall items, and much, much more. We even have pool tables starting at only $3.99. Do not delay. Pride Home Entertainment will close this location soon. Plum Tree Center on the Beltline in Decatur.
weeknights on FSN. IMAX, weeknights on FSN.
And welcome back to Nashville, Tennessee. College hoops on FSN. 36-20, Tennessee State leads Morehead State. And Coach, Morehead State 9 of 14 from the field, yet they're down 16 because they've turned the basketball over 14 times here already in the first half.
Well, if you turn it over 14 times, that's 14 times you don't get a shot.
Let's go ahead and add in the 8 offensive rebounds for Tennessee State, plus 2 charges and an ejection. That's a bad combination.
Well, it adds up to a 16-point lead for Tennessee State. Here's the push.
Flowers runs it down. He's going to get a timeout with 3:35. Coach, another thing to keep your eye on here, not to look ahead. Kyle Macy's team goes on the road to take on Jacksonville State next, a team behind them in the standings. A very important game and a winnable game for them, but they're going to be without Corey Burns because it's OVC policy. If you're ejected, you miss the next conference game. As you look at their upcoming schedule, Jacksonville State is behind them, winless in league play. Samford got a win today. They're in first place in the league. And then they're at home, Eastern Illinois, Rick Samuels, great coach, solid basketball team. And then SEMO and Eastern Kentucky, all those teams right there in the middle of the pack here in the OVC.
Well, when you don't have a lot of depth, as Morehead State, that's the situation they're in. Losing a player hurts their chances, especially when they do go on the road.
Inbounds play underneath for Tennessee State. Arnold to Price. And now the 2-3 for Morehead State. Flowers is in. Price knocks down the 3.
Woo, this guy can make it happen.
He's got 10 to lead the way in this basketball game. 7 in the last 2 minutes. And the lead is 19, the largest of the game for Tennessee State. Almost a steal, and that would have been turnover number 16 in the first half. And Coach, as you look at it, but we all know a great player Kyle Macy is, and I think a heck of a coach. This is a team that's made some nice runs in the OVC tournament the last 3 years. They're just down in numbers and have had some injuries.
You have to give credit to this Tennessee State team. I can see why Bruce Price committed to St. John's, and with the coaching change came here. This guy can do it all. He shoots the 3. He goes to the hole. He gets to the foul line. I mean, he's been to the foul line almost 150 times. And he's taken 133 three-point shots. He's got numbers.
Bruce Price was the Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Year a year ago, and a preseason pick to be first team All OVC this year.
And I like Chad McKnight. And I can tell you this, Tennessee State, they've got him sandwiched. It's going to be tough. Everything he gets is going to be earned.
3 minutes, 2 seconds to play in the opening half. 18-point basketball game. The senior misses the second, but a rebound for McDonald. McDonald's a good-looking freshman, 6'10". Hankins knocks down the 3. He's got 5, and the lead is 15. A big 250 here. They've got to get stops, Coach.
Well, Morehead State can score the basketball if they just don't turn it over.
They remain in that 2-3. Bowens and Flowers down in the post. Irvin, Price, Kareem Grant, the guards.
Price wants it. Price wants it.
13 on the shot clock. 2:26 on the game clock. Bowens inside to Flowers on the low block. Right-handed hook, no good. Nice defense by the freshman McDonald, and here comes Morehead. Ahead to Stevens. He goes up, misses the shot, rebound, and put back for McDonald. He is on the board. A good 2 minutes for the freshman from Harrison, Ohio.
If they can get this under 10 before halftime, that's a momentum changer for Morehead State. It gives them a little confidence going in.
Riley Irvin. They'll get a 3-second violation there. And there's a turnover. Cy Alexander is not happy at all. Coach, it was an 18-point game a minute and a half ago, and now it's a 13-point game. As you look at the Ohio Valley Conference standings in the league, and we'll take a look at it in just a little bit, they are all bunched together. There you see Samford at 8-2, a game or a half game ahead of Murray and Tech as Sanford won in overtime against Dave Lewis and Austin Peay earlier today. TSU and Morehead, a very important game. Tennessee State really wants to get a home game. We'll talk more about the tournament format in just a little bit here in Ohio Valley Conference play. Lots of dribbling. This time an offensive rebound now for Morehead, but a foul, and we'll have more free throws. That'll be the 10th team foul for Morehead. 13-point game, and we'll have some free throws with 1:23 to play. Coach, it's been an exciting first half. We've seen a little bit of everything. Burns ejected from the game after he got into a bit of a shoving match. Bruce Price leads the way with 10 points. He'll go to the line and try and add to that.
Now
16-3, Coach.
Let's go to the real deal. You're looking at it. Turnovers. Morehead State 16, Tennessee State 3. Need I say more or you say more?
And Coach, you said it during the break. A lot of them unforced.
And that's a killer.
Free throw is no good. Tennessee State did not shoot the ball well a couple of nights ago against Eastern Kentucky from the free throw line. They spent about 20 minutes of their shoot around today simply working on free throws. Second free throw is good, and now Price is 5 for 6 from the foul line. They go back to that press, and they're going to get a block. Bruce Price will pick up his first foul. That's the team's 8th with 1:21.
Well, there you see a little bit of the acting. I think Bruce Price is the type of guy, he's going to hit the deck anytime there's contact. He's going to get away with some. That time is an excellent call because he definitely was not set. It's a block. Gives Morehead a chance to get to the line. They're getting close to cutting this game under 10 or to 10 prior to halftime. And this would be huge for Morehead State. He's going to get an extra shot if he misses.
They'll get a lane violation on Bowens now. Inside, he came into the lane,
and that's like a turnover.
Yes, it is. Coach, you mentioned Mr. Guthrie in attendance.
One of the greatest of all time, John Guthrie. He's a supervisor official. He knows what he's doing. He's respected.
Free throw is good this time.
Officiating is a tough job.
There you see him. Was over at Vanderbilt in Kentucky at Memorial Gym earlier this afternoon.
Now this is his third game.
His third game.
Excuse me, Bill. He's been all over the place. He's everywhere.
Kind of like you. Second free throw no good for Kelly. Flowers with the rebound.
And I need to say his sidekick Jimmy Earl, a main man, is with him. Here's the 2-3 zone. Penetration, inside touch around the free throw line. There it is.
There it is. Flowers, good. You'd think you've coached this game before. 8 for Rod Flowers. The lead is 15, and we're under a minute to play in the opening half. Morehead looks to push. Have more free throws as Ramon Kelly will go to the line.
Morehead State can score. They can shoot the ball. They've got an inside presence. They'll push the basketball. The key is avoiding the turnovers, and teams are going to come out and really put pressure on a team like Morehead State. If you let them hang around, they have the ability to score.
Kelly knocks down the first free throw. He now has 4 here in the first half. Good-looking kid, 6'4", 185 pounds, senior. Averages about 7 points, 4 boards a game, right in that area. Nice athlete. Second free throw is good. 49 seconds to play in the opening half. Morehead remains in the zone. Irvin, Bowens, Grant, Arnold, and Flowers for TSU here in the final 40 seconds. Almost a turnover. Grant picks up the loose ball. Clock down to 30 seconds. Shot clock at 16. Not a lot of movement for Tennessee State offensively. Grant kicks it out to Riley Irvin. High arcing three-point shot is good. That's been the kind of night for Kyle Macy. And have a foul, and more free throws as now both teams in the double bonus for the final 11.5 seconds.
Well, this freshman from Memphis, Riley Irvin, 39% three-point shooter. You talk about raindrops, and I may break that one out. That guy, he brought it down on the last shot, but Morehead State came right back, pushing the basketball, trying to offset this three.
Kelly now 4 free throws in the last couple minutes. You mentioned Riley Irvin for one of the great high school programs in the state of Tennessee down at White Station in Memphis. I believe that's where that second free throw is good, where Ernest Shelton, who plays at Alabama, is from.
Morehead State, one of the leaders in the country in foul shooting. You don't want them at the line.
They remain in the zone. Final 7 seconds of the half. 14-point basketball game. Arnold from way downtown.
Are you kidding me?
Is gone.
Get out of here.
And we'll go to the break. 48-31, a 17-point game. 10 points for Wayne Arnold. How about this to end your half? Riley Irvin brings rain at the Gentry Center with about 18 seconds to go in the half, and Wayne Arnold from NBA range gets it back to a 17-point lead. TSU and Morehead halftime on FSN is now.
Chick, chick, chick.
Everywhere I go, I hear chick, 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 chick.
Chick, 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 chick.
Introducing the Chick Trio at Crystal. Chick, 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 chick.
Original chick. I know I'm a spicy. Club chick. Da, da.
Even at night when I sleep.
Chick.
Original chick.
Chick.
Spicy chick. The new club chick. Are you with me? Do you hear this?
Chick, chick, chick.
Big taste.
We hope no one in your family will ever need stitches, or ever break a bone, or ever get sick in the middle of the night. But if they do, isn't it nice to know that you're never that far from family? A message from the TriStar Emergency Network, located in hospitals near where you live and work. Just in case. TriStar, a family of hospitals for your family.
Do you have ingrown toenails?
Constipation.
Hemorrhoids, hemorrhoids, hemorrhoids.
Diarrhea could be.
That little itch might be tough.
Remove back hair. Say no to BO.
Commercials. That's why we keep our heads out the window. Buddy, it's time to get serious.
Sirius Satellite Radio. Over 120 channels, including commercial-free music, plus news, talk, and sports. Want radio your way? Ride with the big dog. Sirius Satellite Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you want to achieve at Tennessee Tech University, we'll take you there.
You're watching FSN.
Tennessee State 48-31. They lead Morehead State by 17 here on FSN at the Gentry Center. Great basketball being played here at Tennessee State. The band is rocking. We'll talk more about them in just a little bit, but we want to talk about a couple of great student athletes who have done amazing things, not only on the court and on the field, but also in the classroom and in the community. Let's take a look at our HCA TriStar family of hospitals weekly HCA OVC student athlete spotlight. Diana Zip is a sophomore majoring in communications and marketing while competing as a middle blocker on the Morehead State volleyball team. Currently serving as president of the university's Student Athlete Advisory Committee, the Jeffersonville, Indiana native is the founder of the MSU Campus Habitat for Humanity chapter and also plays an active role as a fundraising leader for the local community food drive and Relay for Life efforts. Bryson Rosser is a junior quarterback for the Tennessee State football team, an elementary education major and member of the university's Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Rosser volunteers locally as a tutor in the Nashville public school system. In addition, he is a visible figure in his hometown of Hackensack, New Jersey. HCA's TriStar family of hospitals is pleased to recognize Diana Zip and Bryson Rosser, two OVC athletes making a difference. 48-31 OVC Hoops on FSN. We are the nation's 8th oldest Division I athletics conference. We have a membership of 11 institutions with a combined student body of more than 100,000, an alumni base of more than 500,000. We annually provide athletic and academic opportunities to more than 2,500 student athletes. we are committed to the principles of sportsmanship and ethical conduct. We are the Ohio Valley Conference.
So I guess I'm gonna need a minivan. Do they get good mileage?
The Chrysler gets 24 highway.
Does it come with a CD player?
Yes, but so do the Ford and Chevy.
How about horsepower?
The Ford has over 200.
Front-wheel drive?
The Chevy has all-wheel drive.
Huh.
Got questions about cars? VHIX.com has the answers.
One of these little guys yours?
That one.
Hi, I'm QVC program host Jane Brown. Do you have a product America would love? Then QVC would love to meet you during our national product search. Over the last 10 years, we've found many exciting, innovative, and useful products. This year, we're searching for new products to be broadcast on QVC in 2005, and we're coming to your area. For more information and to register, visit www.qvcproductsearch.com. You could be our next success story.
It's the winter price drop at Madison Square Chrysler Jeep with the coolest prices on America's hottest products. For a cool $0 down and $359 a month, get the all-new award-winning 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee. For $0 down and payments plummeting to $289 a month, drive away in the 2005 Jeep Liberty. Plus, both have a limited 7-year, 70,000-mile powertrain warranty. The winter price drop at Madison Square Chrysler Jeep, where huge savings are in the forecast.
Sports report after the game.
You're watching FSN.
The Big Blue Tigers 48, the Eagles of Morehead State 31, a 17-point game. Blake Fulton here along with the man who is in charge of this great band, Ed Graves. Ed, I've spent many a night in this gym over at the Coliseum football-wise. The Big Blue Band is not only known around here, the Aristocrats band, but also nationally.
Yes, thank you very much. We've had quite a tradition of getting some very fine invitations to do a lot of special things. Our marching band has played in Tokyo at a Mirage Bowl. We have a long history of playing for NFL football games, and just recently we've done quite a bit with the Titans here in Nashville.
Mr. Graves, as you look at it, obviously the basketball and football tradition are great. What makes this band so special?
Well, first of all, we build off a tradition. You know, I'm proud to say that I was a part of this band in the 60s, and it's just that tradition of the way that it was started and the pressures on us now recently to try to keep that tradition.
As you look at this band, how many members, and talk about some of the things that the fans at home have been hearing all night.
Okay, well, we have 240 members in the total program. Right now we're running the pep band that plays for these basketball games, and we have 2 jazz ensembles and 2 concert bands. So this music that the pep band plays now is probably just a overflow of what we do during football season. We try to have the most popular songs that are available to us and the kind of things that would fit what we're trying to do with our tradition also.
Your favorite place that the band has ever played?
Oh, wow. At home, you know, to support Big Blue football. You know, that's where we played, and we play for all these classics everywhere, and the crowds are so wonderful, and we're so well received. And our fans are just great in support of our football and our band programs.
Thank you much, Mr. Graves. There you have it. You'll hear it during the second half. The Aristocrats of bands, one of the best in the nation. We'll take a break. We'll bring the coach, Cliff Ellis, back and take a look at halftime highlights and halftime stats on FSN.
Hi. My car's parked outside.
High volume oil pump.
Really?
Really?
My motorhome is...
Brake pads?
What are
Semi-metallic heavy-duty brake pads.
Semi-metallic heavy-duty brake pads.
How you doing? I'm looking for an intake manifold for a Chevy 350.
Right. With the best people in the business and more than 100,000 parts, we know what you need. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
I've got this problem.
Do you have ingrown toenails?
Constipation.
Hemorrhoids, hemorrhoids, hemorrhoids.
Diarrhea. Could be...
That little itch might be tough.
Remove back hair. Say no to B.O.
Commercials. That's why we keep our heads out the window. Buddy, it's time to get serious.
Sirius Satellite Radio. Over 120 channels, including commercial-free music, plus news, talk, and sports. Want radio your way? Ride with the big dog. Sirius Satellite Radio.
Oh, yeah.
We are the nation's 8th oldest Division I athletics conference. We have a membership of 11 institutions with a combined student body of more than 100,000, an alumni base of more than 500,000. We annually provide athletic and academic opportunities to more than 2,500 student athletes. We are committed to the principles of sportsmanship and ethical conduct. We are the Ohio Valley Conference.
You're watching FSN South.
And welcome back to Music City, USA. It's halftime, 48-31. Tennessee State leads Morehead State. We've got the coach Cliff Ellis back with us, and coach, that first half, high energy, the press. Tennessee State got exactly what they wanted.
Well, they created a lot of turnovers, 16 turnovers. We had documented in the first half. Stats show 14, but that's too many either way, and they've been able to capitalize on that.
Let's take a look at those first half stats, and it was not a pretty half for Morehead State. You see the 14 turnovers there. When you shoot 61% from the field and you're down 17, that's not good.
Well, Morehead State can score, and they're excellent when they get to the free throw line, but turnovers are absolutely the nail biter as far as they're concerned in this first half.
Tennessee State got things going shooting the 3 ball, and late in the half it was big because Bruce Price got it going with a 3 here, and then you see Riley Irvin bring rain.
Well, it brought it down. Raindrops falling on my head. They brought it in the first half. Look at this one. I mean, it goes to the ceiling.
Coach, the one that really got you going was just before the half as time expired. Wayne Arnold from way downtown.
So many raindrops. We saw them, and that's the backbreaker.
We'll take a break. When we come back, it's the second half tip. Can Kyle Macy and Morehead State get back in it, or will Cy Alexanders take a next step to getting a home game in the OVC tournament? It's OVC Hoops on FSN.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he's always inviting me over to watch his big, fancy TV.
And you hate him for it. So you want something bigger and better for a lot less money.
Yeah.
I guess you're just what I need.
At Circuit City, we have all the hottest new TVs, from HD TV to plasma, LCD, and more. And with unbeatable prices guaranteed, you'll find the perfect one. Circuit City.
What's going on in this city? What's not going on?
Hi, this is Marty Stewart. No matter how exciting Nashville might seem, there's much more here than you think. Rip-roaring sports action, timeless art, family fun, colorful history, one-of-a-kind nightlife, with every kind of music, from the legends to the honky-tonks to the big stars. Call today for your free vacation guide. Music City, everything you expect. Wait, more than you expect.
Too much stuff, too little time. You're going to need a longer vacation.
These college students have discovered a valuable secret. They've learned of a university with both quality academic programs and affordable tuition, where students are accepted into professional schools at rates above state and national averages, where tuition rates are among the most affordable in the state. What priceless college information is just waiting for you to discover it?
Morehead State University, the secret to an outstanding educational value.
Tonight on your Southern Sports Report, amongst the Cameron Crazies, Georgia Tech tries to hand Duke its third loss in 4 games. We've got all the highlights. Plus, we've got you primed for the Super Bowl on your Southern Sports Report after the game.
Monday on IMAX, Max looks back at Super Bowl 39, hands out his MVP award, and reviews another wild weekend in college basketball. IMAX, 5 p.m. and late night on FSN.
You're watching FSN.
Tennessee State 48-31 leaders at the break, and it has turned into a concert here at the Gentry Center. Let's take a look at some scores around the OVC. Samford beats Austin Peay 73-71 in overtime down in Birmingham. Eastern Illinois wins in overtime down in Martin, Tennessee over Brett Campbell's team 96-91, and a big win for Rick Samuels. Southeast Missouri leading in Murray, Kentucky 53-51. That game late in the second half, and Tennessee Tech defeating, or right now leading, Mike LePant and Jacksonville 36-27 at the break. Those are men's score. Earlier in the women's game here at the Gentry Center, it was a wild one that saw Bailey with 22 points and 14 rebounds. A huge game for Kendra Bailey, who went 8 for 12 from the field, 6 of 13 from the foul line, as Tennessee State got the win to improve to 3-7 in league play. Morehead State fell to 2-8 in league play. That's the Ohio Valley Conference women's side of things. Everybody, of course, chasing SEMO in Eastern Kentucky. And perennial OVC power Tennessee Tech is right up near the top, as they seem to be each and every year in the Ohio Valley Conference. It has been a wild day, and it has been a wild season in the Ohio Valley Conference, where, again, 8 teams make it to the conference tournament, with the first round games on home sites, and then eventually getting to the Gaylord Entertainment Center for the semifinals and finals. Kelly with 7 to lead the way, along with McKnight, and we're underway in the second half.
Now there you see Tennessee State coming out with their pressure. Morehead State coming right down on the block to Chad McKnight. And this is one thing you don't want to do against this Morehead State team, is send them to the foul line. One of the best in the country.
They get Eric King. That is his 3rd foul, and McKnight will go to the line. It's 1 for 2 the first half. Next free throw is good. He's now got 8.
Be interesting to see the strategy of Morehead State, see if they come back out with the pressure they had in the first half. It is called off.
Morehead State now 8 for 11 from the foul stripe, 11 for 18 from the floor, and yet they're down 15 here in the early going of the second half.
They're coming out man-to-man defense.
They get a travel and a turnover. Only the 6th turnover of the basketball game for Tennessee State. For the first 34 seconds, not exactly what Cy Alexander wanted coming out of the locker room. And now
there's a holding by the Tennessee State defensive team as the offensive players tried to get free.
They get Bowens away from the ball. That is his 2nd, the team's 2nd. That was way away from the ball. Tennessee State in their man-to-man. They go with the starting 5 of Arnold, Bowens, Price, King, and Flowers. Inside, no good. Bowens clears as Price hit the deck.
A lot of ball screens for Price.
King from way outside, no good. Flowers with an offensive rebound. That's their 10th offensive rebound of the basketball game. And now they are playing sloppy basketball for the first 90 seconds of this half. McKnight has 4 early in the half, 11 in the game, and the lead is down to 13 in a very, very quiet Gentry Center here in Nashville. We'll take a break, see what Cy Alexander and the Tigers have when we come back. 48-35 on FSN.
Hi. My car's parked outside.
My volume went up.
Really?
Really?
My motorhome is...
Brake pads?
What are
Semi-metallic heavy-duty brake pads.
Semi-metallic heavy-duty brake pads.
How you doing? I'm looking for an intake manifold for a Chevy 350.
My.
With the best people in the business and more than 100,000 parts, we know what you need. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
I've got this problem.
We hope no one in your family will ever need stitches, or ever break a bone, or ever get sick in the middle of the night. But if they do, isn't it nice to know that you're never that far from family? A message from the TriStar Emergency Network, located in hospitals near where you live and work. Just in case. TriStar, a family of hospitals for your family.
We are the nation's 8th oldest Division I athletics conference. We have a membership of 11 institutions with a combined student body of more than 100,000, an alumni base of more than 500,000. We annually provide athletic and academic opportunities to more than 2,500 student athletes. We are committed to the principles of sportsmanship and ethical conduct. We are the Ohio Valley Conference.
You're watching FSN South.
Tennessee State by 13 with 18:36 to play in the ball game.
Well, let's look at this back cut. What you see is Rod Flowers bringing the ball up over his head. Morehead State reads that. It gives them a knockout. They have a 3-on-1 situation coming back, converting it on the other end. But Flowers bringing the ball over his head. Morehead State saw that, and it was a telegraph pass, and they get the steal. Easy bucket on the other end.
Morehead State has won 5 in a row in this series, including a 14-point win last year at Morehead. And here's another turnover. Fast break for Morehead and a lay-in for Ramon Kelly. He now has 9 and a 6-0 run to start the half. The lead is down to 11.
Well, Coach Alexander's beside himself because he just used a timeout, and they come right out of it and have another turnover off the pass. And Morehead has abandoned the zone, which is going to give them better box out, and their pressure is actually bothering Tennessee State. There's another deflection.
It's a matter of fatigue. Can they keep this up for 18 minutes? Price, no good, and there's a rebound for Kelly, and here comes Morehead trying to get the lead for Tennessee State, only down to single digits.
And Morehead State has some excellent sets. They just won't turn it over.
You ask and you shall receive, Coach. The turnover. Tough angle there. And, Coach, talk a little bit about that. Angles and entry passes to postmen is so very important.
Well, I've always had the theory, and I think it's important to remember, easy pass, open man. If it's not easy, don't make it. Hit the most open man. You got plenty of time on the clock. There's the ball screen we talked about that's set by Price. Tennessee State, I think this is perhaps the best thing that they do is ball screen Price and try to get him open. I really work to get him the ball, and I try to isolate Flowers down low. Those are the two main cogs for Tennessee State.
Price now with 13. They're going to get Wayne Arnold. Been pretty physical out there, Coach. Wayne Arnold now with his second. That's the team's third here in the early going of this half.
Well, you don't want to send this team to the line. Let's look at the ball screen. Price, here you see both postmen setting screens. They want to get him free, and they got him free, and there's no help by Morehead State. But that screen on the ball, you're going to have to guard that when you play this Tennessee State team.
Air ball, and King will clear. Eric King has got 3 fouls. TSU pushes. Arnold, no good. King with an offensive rebound. Goes strong, misses, tips again, no good, stays with it. And it'll be Tennessee State ball under their own goal. Very physical, but again, the team leads the league in offensive rebounding, and now they have 12 offensive rebounds here tonight.
Well, they got 3 that time. They had 3 tips at it, didn't get it, but still have the opportunity to have that basketball.
They like to get Arnold 3-point shots out of this, Coach. They ran it against Eastern Kentucky about 3 times a couple of nights ago. Pushing and shoving down low, and they'll get Kevin McDonald his first and the team's first for Morehead in the half. Couple of good-looking freshmen, McDonald and Robinson, for Morehead. As here you see Jonathan True, another freshman at 6'11", from Stanford, Kentucky, coming into the game. Some good size, young bodies. There's a turnover. Flowers could not catch it. Good look from Wayne Arnold. There's the angle again, though. That one, as Wimp Sanderson says, if you're open, you should catch it.
Well, that was a good look. That was a good look. A little speed on the pass.
The lead is 13 with 16:27 to play in the ball game. Ohio Valley Conference basketball on FSN.
Morehead State has some nice sets. And see, this is the kind of offense that Morehead State, if they get a good look at, they can take it, but you better get back. There's another unforced turnover, and it's keeping these fans out of this game. They're ready to erupt. But turnovers, they're backbreakers. 5
turnovers for Tennessee State in the first 3+ minutes of the half. They only had 5 in the first half alone, Coach.
That was a numbered break.
They stay in the man-to-man. No good. Another foul. Whistles are coming very, very quickly. This would, with 15:57 to play, a 13-point ball game. OVC Hoops on FSN.
Say you want to buy a luxury sedan. There's no better way to make sure you're buying the right luxury sedan than to look at a lot of luxury sedans. At VHIX.com, you can do just that. VHIX.com lets you compare up to 3 cars side by side. Standard features, additional options, warranties, safety ratings, technical specs, and prices. The all-new, easy-to-use VHIX.com. Roadmap to the automotive world.
Who's got what it takes when East meets West in a showdown for supremacy? The game's biggest stars reach new heights when the 2005 NBA All-Star Game heads to the Mile High City. Don't miss the 2005 NBA All-Star Game, Sunday, February 20th, only on TNT.
Thick burgers, 1/3, 1/2, and 2/3 of a pound, with 100% Angus beef. Too thick for little boys, so they don't come with little toys.
Traffic Channel. Dare to explore.
A 13-point basketball game here in Nashville. Tennessee State leads Morehead State. As we take a look at the Ohio Valley Conference men's basketball standings, TSU and Morehead fighting for position here as everything is bunched together. TSU only 2 games out of first place, but also only a couple of games out of falling out of playoff contention. Note Eastern Illinois now 4-6. They got to win tonight in overtime down in Martin, Tennessee. This is a huge game for both of these teams. And keep in mind as well that SEMO is on the road at Murray. While they're leading, it is a tough place to play at Murray, Kentucky, and will have huge effects on the Ohio Valley Conference standings.
There's McKnight inside.
He has played very well here in the second half. He had 7 in the first half, already has 6 here. 13 points in the basketball game. He and Bruce Price, 2 leading scorers coming in, each have 13.
There's the ball screen for Price.
Bowens down on the block, spin move. Right-hander is good. Rashawn Bowens now has 8. Senior from right down the street at McGavock High School. Price all over Quentin Smith as they're looking for McKnight. Smith takes it all the way down the lane. It's going to be another turnover. And Coach, good penetration, had a man open, tried to hit the young freshman true, but off his hands.
But you have to be careful driving the baseline without an opening. You get on the baseline and there's not an opening. There's not a lot of angles to pass. Everything on the outside is an out-of-bounds situation. Here's the double ball screen for Price.
15-11 in the turnover category. Price comes up, and Price is going to sit out. Cy Alexander, as soon as he let it fly, whether it went in or not, turned to Riley Irvin and said, come on, Riley, go get him.
Well, Coach Alexander set 2 ball screens for him to use, and he puts up a 25-footer. Coach Alexander been around a long time. He said, that's enough of this. But Price has a lot of skills. He'll be back in this game, but I really like what Irvin does. He changes the dynamics of this game from Tennessee State's standpoint.
There you see a jump ball and go back to Tennessee State. A 13-point game, and Coach, you mentioned it during the break off there how important it is right here. If Morehead could get it down to 8 or 9 here, there's still a lot of time. They could make this crowd and this Tennessee State team a little nervous.
Well, absolutely right, but they've got to keep turning it over.
Kareem Grant, Arnold, Riley Irvin, Bowens, and King in. It's Bruce Price and Flowers, the 2 leading scorers for Tennessee State, sitting on the bench. Bowens against McKnight. Nice defense by McKnight. Out to Irvin, and of course he will. Riley Irvin, his second 3-point bucket of the game. He now has 6.
Well, let's keep in mind, he gave him the lift at the first half to really extend this thing. Riley Irvin, of course, he's been the OVC Freshman of the Week the last 2 weeks. This guy's making a strong statement. He's been a big factor in this basketball game.
Now, Coach, I know there are a lot of folks all across Southeast watching. You were a part of an upset earlier today. We'll talk about it a little bit, just not too far down the highway.
A huge win in Choo-Choo Town for Elon, Phoenix.
5-second call here on Ramon Kelly. Nice defense by Kareem Grant. But Coach, you mentioned it. Elon, a team that goes in and gets a big victory. Here, this is a huge one for Morehead to go on the road. And in the OVC, it's been very, very difficult for teams to go on the road and get W's.
Well, it's going to be difficult if they don't quit turning it over. That's been the thing that has just broken Morehead State's back. In the early part, too many second shots, but they've eliminated that, but they have not eliminated the turnovers, and there have been a lot of unforced turnovers, backbreakers for Morehead State. I like Irvin. He's settling this team down. Here's the 2-3 zone again by Morehead State, using it out of bounds under.
Wayne Arnold now has 13, his first 3 of the second half. The lead again, Coach, is now back up to 19.
Well, he used the ball screen, and that's what Coach Alexander wanted for Price. Arnold used it that time, used it to perfection. It gave him an opening. Here's another turnover.
Here comes Arnold. King trails, as does Grant. They'll get a block down low. Coach, there are a lot of athletes on this Tennessee State team. They're all very long arms. Man-to-man, they get in passing lanes. And here you see it, they run the break.
Well, there you see again, bringing the ball up over the head. That's an easy pass to deflect and steal. We've seen 2 possessions, both by inside players, where they bring the ball over the head, and the defense steals it and goes the other end for a score or foul.
Wayne Arnold goes to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Misses the first, only a 67% free throw shooter. And Coach, Wayne Arnold is so key to this basketball team. If they're going to make a run to Nashville to the O'Reilly Auto Parts OVC Championship, he has a stomach muscle pull, and he is just now starting to get back into his rhythm. But he is a huge option for this team if he can get healthy. He makes the second free throw and now has 14.
Well, here's the pressure by Tennessee State.
And there's the turnover for Morehead State. Wayne Arnold to inbound. Bowens, Irvin, Grant, and King for Tennessee State. Grant, 3-point shot is good. He shot the basketball very well tonight. He now has 11, 3 3-point buckets for Kareem Grant.
Well, as talented as this Tennessee State team is, have you noticed how Irvin has settled this team down? Every time he's gone into the game, all Tennessee State has done is stepped it up a notch. He's a true point guard, and he has made a difference in this game, and he's made statements both running the team, and he's an excellent shooter, and he's quick as a cat on defense.
Riley Irvin, 5'10", 160 pounds. Got to start a couple of nights ago. Wayne Arnold picks up his 3rd foul. He will come out. And Andre Belton, another freshman from Columbia, South Carolina, will come in. And Cy Alexander building a nice program here at Tennessee State.
I like his skill level. I like the talent on this team. They've got a nice homestand ahead of them. And this is an opening statement with a run that's ahead of them. They've got several home conference games left.
Another foul, and now that's a 7th team foul. That'll be on King. That'll be his 4th. He'll have to take a seat as Rod Flowers will come in as King's got 2 points, handful of rebounds, but he's going to get comfortable next to Cy Alexander here as Flowers comes back in. You see Flowers limping as he comes back in. He's battled an ankle injury and hasn't been at 100%. Coach Alexander told us before the game he thinks he's at about 90-95%. So doctors keep assuring him it's just going to be sore. You got to play through the pain. Kelly's free throw is good. And Coach, how tough is that for young people, maybe kids that have never been injured before, to be injured and then try and battle? Do I keep playing? Is this hurting me worse? To go ahead and battle through the pain.
Well, in basketball, you're going to have injuries. That's where your trainers and doctors come in, because you've got to play through them. You're going to be plagued with them, but you have to play through injuries.
Both free throws are good. And back to the 2-2-1 press for Kyle Macy and Morehead State. He got out of this early, Coach, and now back into it, and they'll drop back to the 2-3, except some miscommunication as Hankins is still playing man-to-man. Grant throws it up, no good. Bowens goes for the offensive rebound, and Morehead will have it. There was some miscommunication there as Hankins remained in the man-to-man. Everybody else playing a zone.
Well, that can happen a lot of times when you change a lot of defenses. Then you have to pay very close attention to your point guard, who's usually making the call, or to your coaches after a timeout.
Irvin matched up with Hankins. Quentin Smith guarded by Grant. McKnight goes into a double team, loose ball, and look who's around the ball with Riley Irvin. It'll be Morehead State basketball. Jeremy Jackson will check in. 11:52 to play. It is a 21-point basketball game on FSN.
Always bring your hunger to the house. Huddle House. For breakfast, we're cooking with Big House breakfast platters, country ham, and big fluffy omelets. For lunch, enjoy one of our famous Big House sandwich platters, chicken tenders, or one of our new salad sensations. And for dinner, bring your family to our house for a delicious butterfly shrimp dinner, country fried steak, or a grilled chicken platter. It's all cooked to order 24 hours a day at Huddle House. It's like coming home.
We are the nation's 8th oldest Division I athletics conference. We have a membership of 11 institutions with a combined student body of more than 100,000, an alumni base of more than 500,000. We annually provide athletic and academic opportunities to more than 2,500 student athletes. We are committed to the principles of sportsmanship and ethical conduct. We are the Ohio Valley Conference.
Tonight on your Southern Sports Report, amongst the Cameron crazies, Georgia Tech tries to hand Duke its 3rd loss in 4 games. We've got all the highlights. Plus, we've got you primed for the Super Bowl on your Southern Sports Report after the game.
ACC basketball on FSN. Rashad McCants leads North Carolina's drive for the top spot in the land against Florida State. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on FSN.
And welcome back to the Gentry Center. You're watching Ohio Valley Conference basketball on FSN. We're live in Nashville, Tennessee. Blake Fulton alongside the coach Cliff Ellis. Morehead is in the blue and yellow. Tennessee State in the white with blue trim. 62-41 your score with 11:52 to play in the basketball game. It's been a game full of turnovers, some pushing and shoving. Pretty good jump shooting as well, as you see Flowers with 14. 10 for 23 from three-point land. And the turnover story, 20-10. Morehead now will add to that, 21-10. Coach, as you look at this during that timeout, 11:50 to play. If you're Kyle Macy, what do you talk to your team about?
Well, it's obvious that turnovers are it, and I'm sure that's what he talked to him about. He's beside himself. He can't get over the number of turnovers that his team has had in this basketball game.
Get a foul down low. This one will go on Kevin McDonald. That's his 2nd. That's the team's 4th. There you see Cy Alexander. You're up 21. I saw him Thursday night coach against Eastern. They got a big lead. He does not stop coaching.
Well, he wants his team playing aggressive through the game. Gets into the 2-minute mark, you can slow it down, but he wants to keep doing what helped him get the lead. Here's the 2-3 zone by Morehead State. again with Tennessee State, attack with penetration or an inside feed around the free throw line. Here's the penetration.
Jeremy Jackson knocks down the three.
I can't say enough about Riley Irvin and what he does at a point guard. He just knows how to play the point. He knows whether it's man or zone. He takes pretty good shots. He makes things happen. He sets up the pressure. He gets Morehead playing their game.
Offensive rebound off the Smith miss. And Hankins, at right knee brace, has been through a lot of injuries. Had surgery on his right knee. Has had ankle and hand problems. They get your boy Riley Irvin for a hold out there. That's the team's 8th. His second. And Ramon Kelly will come in. And Josh Reed. And now Hankins will sit down. Kyle Macy will change his mind. And the senior from Bloomington, Indiana, will have a conversation with the coaching staff.
Well, you don't want to send Morehead State to the line early. And this is something Tennessee State has done. Morehead State will bust you if you send them to the line early, and this is their best way of scoring.
Quinn Smith only shooting 90% from the line, Coach.
They're all good. This is one of the best foul shooting teams in the country. They take after their coach, who was one of the best in the country during his time. Here's the 2-2-1 press. You want to get the ball in the middle.
Ball is tipped. Belton goes and finds it. It'll be a foul away from the ball. Coach, as you look at it, you see tennis shoes there for Kyle Macy, Cy Alexander tennis shoes as well. Coaches versus cancer. Talk a little bit about it. You've been heavily involved in that.
Well, this is a tribute to Jim Valvano and what has been done as far as coaches in the game of basketball contributing to this dreadful and deadly disease. And once a year, the coaches will come out, put on the sneakers. It's a flashback. And it's for coaches versus cancer, which is one of the most fantastic things that you see in college basketball. It's giving back by the coaches.
Jeremy Jackson, Tennessee State here again. You see it all over the country. Tubby Smith had him on today as Grant misses the three.
Well, how about Mike Krzyzewski had him on? That might be why he blacked out for a second or two. He might have saw the sneakers and fell back out.
And just to update, Coach, as we said, Coach K is fine.
He's fine. He's fine. Little flu bug. Coach K is doing fine. Tough hombre.
Hard foul there. They'll just say no. Loose ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Tennessee State ball up 22 with 9:50 to play. As Tremaine Stevens will check in. Bruce Price will come in and give Belton a rest. So now they'll go with Riley Irvin and Bruce Price, 2 guards, and allow Bruce Price to play that shooting guard.
Not a bad combination. You might see this out of Tennessee State more with the way that Irvin's been playing.
Flowers, Grant, Jackson, Price, and Riley Irvin.
Look at it.
Good look underneath the rod. Flowers. He'll go to the line to shoot too. You love it, Coach. You love a point guard who's in control of his team.
He knows how to play. My kind of man. Knows how to play. And he's just a freshman. Give the guy his dues. Here he is right here out front. Season opening.
You love it. Throw it to the big fella. Let him go get it.
Flowers loves it. He hasn't been getting the ball. Irvin gets it zone or not. And look at Irvin. Go in and give him a pat. He's just a leader. This is your point guard. This is your point guard for the future. And I think he's going to be there the rest of the way as they go down the stretch.
Flowers now has 10. His first points of the second half, had 8 in that first half. Tennessee State continues to press up 24. Stevens knocks down the three. Tremaine Stevens is on the board, the freshman from Miami.
Picturesque press offense. Get the ball in the middle, turn it, open shots, take it, go to the glass.
Riley Irvin breaks the press with ease, hits Kareem Grant, who goes to the rack and scores.
Riley Irvin again making the play. Do it, little man.
Here comes Morehead. Kelly all the way down and scores. He's got 13.
Irvin's licking his chops against this pressure.
Almost an over and back. But here's Irvin. So he'll go shoot some free throws now. It'll be the 7th team foul. No get Quentin Smith with his second. Wayne Arnold will check in and give Jeremy Jackson a breather with 8:45 to play, as Hankins will come in and give Quentin Smith a rest. Also, Hurley Macklin.
Irvin's tired. He's playing so hard. When you start seeing your arms on your knees, you're a little bit tired. And I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't take himself out of the game. This guy is battling.
Riley Irvin makes the free throw. He's now got 7, and Hurley Macklin will wait to come in for Riley Irvin if he makes this free throw. 70-48. 7 points, a rebound, 3 assists, couple of steals, and done a great job with the spirits, because he came in when that lead got down to 12 and calmed everything down.
He's a leader.
Second free throw is good, and Riley Irvin will take a seat. And he'll get a pat on the back. As you see the great look there as Grant finishes for Tennessee State.
Well, he negated the double team that Morehead State was throwing at him. As you mentioned, Tennessee State is not going to let that pressure go.
That'll be a foul on Kareem Grant, his third, the team's 9th. With 8:45 still to play in the ball game.
Well, Tennessee State's not going to change their style.
And Coach, you think back, and Cy Alexander has talked about this. They didn't press at the start of the year. They went down to Samford, took on Jimmy Tillet's Samford Bulldogs down in Birmingham. We're down 26-6. Kind of looked around and said, well, heck, let's try and press and get back in it with the second unit. They got back in the basketball game in a hurry, and they've been pressing ever since.
Well, it's their style. They're long, they're athletic. They can make things happen with pressure. Here's the screens for Price. And if you'll just use them, and if it's not there, keep moving it. But he's more of a combo guard than he is a point guard. He's a player, but he may be a better off guard than just a true point guard.
Flowers underneath, swings it to Grant. Jump shot is good. I like what I've seen from Kareem Grant. He's got 15 to lead the way in the basketball game.
Well, I'm liking what I see in this Tennessee State team. I can tell you this, I would not want to play this team in the Ohio Valley Conference tournament.
Especially here at the Gentry Center. Hankins inside to McKnight. Loose ball on the ground, goes down. Of course, Tennessee State comes up with it. There'll be a foul on Morehead. The whistles have come aplenty here in the second half.
Let me say this, I don't want to play them anywhere.
They get Stevens with his first, the team's 8th. We've got free throws when we come back. 7:51 to play on FSN.
Wow, this place is really nice.
Well, I wanted to make tonight special. That's why I got you this.
Honey, you didn't have to get me anything.
Go ahead, open it.
The best part of mine. Are these
Platinum? Yes. Yes, they are.
Looking for that special part? We've got more than 100,000 of them. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
Oh, honey, they're perfect.
IMAX, weeknights on FSN.
As you take a look at Tennessee State's non-conference schedule, Coach, I don't care what team you take to those places, that's difficult.
Well, you see a lot of losses, but let me say this about Tennessee State. They played most of these teams close, made those teams nervous, and I can tell you this, you look at their upcoming schedule, this is a team that's going to be reckoned with down the stretch in this Ohio Valley Conference run based on what I've seen tonight. This is a talented team. They throw a lot of defenses at you. They have pressure. They have arsenal inside and out. A team to be reckoned with.
Free throw is good for Macklin. He is now on the board, and that's why these last 2 home games were so important. They go on the road, that Eastern Illinois SEMO trip. Coach, we were up in Cape Girardeau a couple of weeks ago. Not an easy place to play.
Those fans get into it. That is a tough place.
In 4 straight home games to wrap things up. A couple of winnable games against Tennessee Martin and Jacksonville State, and then probably 2 teams that will be vying for a home playoff game as well, with Murray State and Mick Cronin's team and Jimmy Tillett and Samford coming in here. 4 home games to wrap up OVC play for Tennessee State.
Tennessee State has changed their look. It's a 2-2-1 3/4 court press. Same press that Morehead threw up in the early part. Morehead continues to attack. They've done a good job of breaking the press.
Josh Reed hits the 3. Morehead now 5 of 9 from 3-point land. Grant with the dunk. He's got 17. Here comes Reed. You get 2, we get 3, and he will have a chance at a 4-point play.
Well, you better not blink. And that ball goes through the net. Both teams are coming at that press and coming right at you. And Reed is a very confident shooter.
Reed now with 3 threes.
Had a career high 22 points at Austin Peay. That's knowing Coach Luce's team, how they play great defense. That's a statement for this young man.
They get Macklin. That's his 3rd. Reed, the sophomore from East Liverpool, Ohio, came in averaging 11. He can shoot it. Free throw is no good.
They missed. That's almost unheard of. Look for Morehead State to double.
Arnold from the corner. No good. Here comes Morehead. Down 23. Hankins pushes to McKnight. Great look for McKnight. Pump fake and a 3-point play opportunity for Kevin McDonald, who now has 4.
Well, McDonald's a freshman, but he had presence. Tennessee State wants to block every shot, and he uses the pump fake. He gets them up, and he's able to get a good look at the basket and draw the foul. You get a shot blocking team, show them the ball. It gets them off their feet. They're riding high, go up. You're going to get a good look at the basket and possibly draw the foul, and give this young freshman credit for a nice move inside.
McDonald to the line. Free throw is no good. He had a nice spurt of 3 or 4 minutes with some good passes, good rebounds, some pushing and shoving behind the play. As Bruce Price involved. Bowens recovers, and now TSU will turn it over.
Well, Tennessee State still has control of this game, but Coach Alexander's not wanting this game to get sloppy, and you know, he might have to bring Irvin back in. He's the one guy that has settled this team down, and they've played steady when he's been in.
Lob pass goes off the backboard, and Flowers will control. Price guarded by Hankins. 6:20 to play in the ball game. 77-56. We'll have a foul here down right below us. This will go on Ramon Kelly. That's his 2nd.
Well, Morehead State, what happens here, Morehead State is trying to trap, but when you trap, it's important that you trap with the lower part of your body and be set as you corral the defender.
Price with an ugly free throw. Here comes Hankins, his 3-point specialist out there into McKnight. There's your pump fake, coach.
Every time.
He's now got 15, 8 in the second half. We'll near the 6-minute mark, and it's a 77-58 ball game.
You're playing Tennessee State. Go inside, show the ball every time. They're skying.
Kareem Grant has shot it well all night. He continues. He's got 20 in the ball game.
Well, that's a dagger. That's a dagger.
And Kevin McDonald is down in the corner. He went after it. He's grabbing his right knee, right ankle area. And again, coach, 6'6", 190 pounds. Good ball movement. Grant catches it and an open look.
Well, ball reversal, and it wasn't the first pass. It was the second pass. And it was an excellent job of squaring the shoulders up, getting a good lift, and nailing it.
11 for 25. Morehead has shot it well, just hadn't gotten enough looks. 11 for 25 from three-point land. Don't forget the 2005 O'Reilly Auto Parts OVC Men's and Women's Hoops Tournament will be held Friday and Saturday, March 4th and 5th at the Gaylord Entertainment Center just down the street here in Music City, USA. 8 teams, 4 from the men's side, 4 from the women's side, will compete Friday. The winners going Saturday. Tickets can be purchased at the Gaylord Entertainment Center box office, Nashville area Ticketmaster locations. Check ovcsports.com or dial area code 615-255-9600. Don't forget as well, the OVC welcoming in the NCAA tournament, first and second rounds at the Gaylord Entertainment Center. You can check out ovcsports.com for more information as well. Doesn't get any better than the NCAA tournament, does it, Coach?
March Madness is what it's all about. Now, McDonald is out, and you got to look ahead. With Burns out the next game, McDonald turns his ankle. This could be a situation as you start talking about seeding for Morehead State. Injuries, loss of player due to ejection.
You're right. Loose ball, Bowens comes up with it. Down the lane, good look for Flowers, who scores. Good look from Bashawn Bowens. Same spot. This time he misses. Reed has hit a couple of threes there this half.
I tell you what I like right there. Chad McKnight, he leads the team in scoring. He had an opportunity to take a shot, and he was so unselfish in passing that ball off.
5 minutes to play the ball game. 82-58. Tennessee State trying to stay in the mix to get in that top 4 in the league. Morehead trying to hang on to get in the top 8, which keeps you in the OVC tournament. King with the steal. Price now against the double team. And there'll be a turnover. No, this time it'll go out of bounds. There's a loose ball. That ball had all kinds of spin. It looked like a cue ball over there in front of Kyle Macy. Good hustle from Morehead State.
Well, they created pressure, and that bothers Price. I know I've stated it, but I think this Tennessee State team it steps up another level when Irvin is at the point guard.
4:30 to play in the ball game. Price is trapped in the corner as Morehead goes to a bit of a press, trapping and throwing, and all the way over to Flowers, who runs it down, and now they'll set it up with 8 on the shot clock. Grant throws it up off the side of the backboard. There's King with the rebound. Offensive tip dunk for Bowens. He now has 10 in the game, but that's just athletic ability and hustle for Tennessee State on the boards.
This is what Tennessee State does better than anything, is hit that glass. There's McKnight. He shows the ball. Picturesque. He gets a great look. But you notice as he showed the ball, he got him up, got a look.
Reed with a steal takes it 1-on-3 and lets it fly.
Well, even though they're up 26, you're seeing Tennessee State being rattled somewhat without the point guard in the game. They may score and they may do it, but if I'm opponents looking at this game, I'm going to see something here.
Bowens with 13 gets a block now, and it's turned into a track meet here in the Gentry Center. Ed Temple, the great track coach, if you're watching, you love it. 3-ball again for Bowens.
Raindrops, so many raindrops. It feels like a raindrop falling from the sky.
Cliff Ellis unplugged. It is now a 32-point basketball game. And here's Bowens from the corner. Morehead pushes it after Bowens high-fives the crowd, runs into the referee, says, I'm going to get a block real quick. Gets that. Now let me run back to the other end because I may get another opportunity to three. Well, of course Price wants an assist. I'll let it fly. Good. 32-point basketball game, and he is fired up. The senior from McGavock High School here in Nashville has been through a lot with this program, the ups and the downs, and has stayed with it and has really developed over the last couple of years under Cy Alexander.
Well, he's an unsung hero. He's unselfish. He's a winner. He's a guy that you don't want to give the tray to. I mean, my goodness, he's 40% from the tray. So if he gets that look, he's going to nail it.
Does all the little things. Rebounds, takes charges. Very emotional young man.
The unsung hero on this team.
That wasn't bad singing. In this town, somebody may come try and sign you, Coach.
Well, Steve Warner is here. You know, he's the one that's got the big money. We need to get a picture of him. He's in the stand. Good friend of Kyle Mason.
No call there. Almost a charge. His King's going, where's the whistle? If I'm this big and going to fall to the ground, I need a whistle. Morehead continues to press. And there's the foul. That'll be the 10th team foul. Needed to get both teams in the double bonus, Coach. It'd be apropos. We'll take a break. Final 2:47 when we come back. The Tigers by 30 over the Eagles on FSN.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he's always inviting me over to watch his big, fancy TV.
And you hate him for it. So you want something bigger and better for a lot less money.
Yeah.
At Circuit City, we have all the hottest new TVs, from HD TV to plasma, LCD, and more. And with unbeatable prices guaranteed, you'll find the perfect one. Circuit City.
We hope no one in your family will ever need stitches, or ever break a bone, or ever get sick in the middle of the night. But if they do, isn't it nice to know that you're never that far from family? A message from the TriStar Emergency Network, located in hospitals near where you live and work. Just in case. TriStar, a family of hospitals for your family.
You'll find a lot of leaders at Samford. You'll find a lot of followers as well.
You're watching FSN South.
Welcome back to the Gentry Center. Tennessee State on a 13-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes to put this one away. It's a 30-point game, and here in Music City, of course, a sporting event and have a great like Steve Warner here in attendance.
Floor of heaven.
Sing it, Cliff Ellis.
That's him.
There it is. But that's one great thing about Nashville, Tennessee, is the music industry supports
and they
sports
love
so much.
basketball. They love basketball. Vince Gill, a huge fan.
Yes, he is. Vince Gill.
Steve Warner, a great friend of Kyle Mason.
Free throw is good for Bruce Price. Has 3 points in the second half, but now 14 for the game, and it's a 31-point game. And I would guess, Coach, at this point, is it time to clear the bench up 31, or do you keep your guys in there to stay fresh? And speaking of clearing the bench, Courtney Bohannon with his first bucket of the game, the sophomore from Memphis.
Well, the last thing you want now from Morehead State is another injury. This game is over.
And that's 26 turnovers to go along with 15 offensive boards for Tennessee State. Coach, that's 41, if you want to call them second chances or lost possessions, really, for Morehead.
This Tennessee State is extremely talented. Extremely talented.
And there you see some subs as Hurley Macklin, Belton, Jackson, Bohannon, and Riley Irvin are in the game. All 5 starters out for Cy Alexander. Morehead continues to press.
Now let's see with Irvin in the game.
air ball there for Bohannon. Jeremy Jackson, number 22, can jump absolutely out of this gym. We'll have some free throws here as Josh Reed will go to the line. 33-point basketball game. Tennessee State goes on the road to take on Eastern Illinois and then Southeast Missouri. A couple of tough games, tough road trips for Tennessee State, while Kyle Macy and crew go down to Jacksonville, Alabama to take on JSU, and then to Birmingham to take on league-leading Samford. Free throw is good for Reed. He's now to double digits. Second attempt is good as well. Morehead continues to press. Irvin breaks it with ease. Kicks it out to Belton. Tennessee State will pull it out. Now Belton will say, why not? Everybody else has shot him. He misses in the rebound to Quentin Smith. Under 2 minutes to play in the ball game here at the Gentry Center.
Bottom. Nope.
Short. He's tired. He's played almost the last 10 minutes consecutively, and now he's getting the crowd into it as Riley Irvin. Jackson with the tip in. He's got 5.5. Tennessee State crowd wants him to get to 100. 95-62. And Kyle Macy will take a timeout here as he wants to get a sub into the game. Ohio Valley Conference basketball on FSN South has been brought to you by, of course, our friends at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts at better prices every day. By Sirius Satellite Radio. Over 120 channels of commercial-free music, news, talk, and sports. Ride with the big dog. And by HCA TriStar Family of Hospitals, the official healthcare provider of the Ohio Valley Conference.
It's been a show in Nashville, Tennessee.
It has.
And it's not the Grand Ole Opry.
I was going to say, our buddy little Jimmy Dickens would love this show. There's Belton, who is now on the board. It's 97-62. This crowd is on their feet trying to get to triple digits. And a foul with exactly 1 minute to play. Coach, let's talk a minute. Tennessee State, obviously here will improve to 6-4 in the league. If you're Cy Alexander, you come home. He said the Eastern game Thursday night was the biggest game of their year. He told the team that. He said it during a timeout because he knew if they could get the momentum there, it would carry over to tonight. Now they go on the road. How important are these two road games for the Tigers?
Well, it finishes it up because the rest of the games are at home, so if they can come out of it with something, and if I'm SEMO in Eastern Illinois, my eyes are going to get bigger watching this basketball game. This team is getting poised, in my opinion, to come down the stretch. I'm going to be very surprised if Tennessee State's not sticking its head up as we go through the month of February in the OVC.
Free throw is good for Kelly, and his team is only going to get better. There is a large individual on the end of the TSU bench, Larry Turner, 6'11", transfer from Oklahoma. Yes, that would be Boomer Sooner. And watching him today, you talk about 6'11", and his arms are built like Karl Malone. You've followed him a long time.
He'll take the place of Flowers next year, so they don't lose a lot. Here it comes.
There's the three. Hurley Macklin with 5, and it's 100-62. Coming up, the Southern Sports Report. Three-point shot's no good. Follow is good by Jonathan True. Lots of activities in the world of college basketball today. It's all coming up on the Southern Sports Report, plus the latest on Coach K. Jeremy Jackson, no good. Loose ball. And Carroll, the walk-on, no good. Inside to Jackson, and Morehead will control. Corey Carroll, the senior, played at Dyersburg State, no good. 10 seconds to play. Lane is no good. Controlled by Tennessee State. And what a basketball game. 100-64. Cy Alexander's basketball team wins, and you hear the band. The concert will begin here in Gentry Center. So, for the coach, Cliff Ellis, Blake Bolton saying good night from Music City, USA, where our final score was Tennessee State 100, Morehead State 64. Coming up next on FSN is a Southern Sports Report. You've been watching Ohio Valley Conference basketball on FSN. So long from Nashville, Tennessee.
Sit back and get ready. This is your Southern Sports Report.
Coming up, down goes Coach K. But breathe easy. The coach got up, and when all was said and done, his Blue Devils got the last laugh. Laughing all the way to the Hall of Fame. Dapper Dan is in. We'll tell you who's joining him. And the latest on the Super Bowl. T.O. a no-go today. Will he play tomorrow? Also ahead, we've got the SEC covered. Just how good is Alabama? Let's just say Florida was not impressed. And with Daytona just around the corner, we're rolling out old faces in new places. The SSR taking dead aim.
This is your Southern Sports Report, brought to you by Bell.